Good afternoon, and welcome to the Go Mode Podcast Mentor Tournament. Today, we have a Gold Sword bracket match between number 6 Krithel and number 3 fredAKAderf. Krithel's mentored by noblytheforeign, and fredAKAderf is mentored by Lechtansi. I'm Zeke, Highwind, and joining me here in the booth today is Mialee.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. And I think we will see just a very fine match today.
So, who's excited?
For sure. Nice bracket here. We are on the gold bracket. That's the best 16 players of the Swiss round. And we are on the quarterfinals, meaning that we will have a standard race and it's a best of one.
That's right. We're on a standard race, and we're going to see the escape route for this race. So, with escape, what do you think the first weapon will be today?
Personally, I hope for bombs because bomb escapes are exciting to watch, seeing if the runners are capable of handling them, and they make for such nice strategies.
Also, since we've not started, joining us today on tracking duty is MM2 Nest Cartridge. And the race is starting. Uncle tells us the obvious, that it's bootsless until boots. And the first check has a bottle with a green potion.
Of the lazy kids later in the village, all right, just immediately. And a map check with a red crystal in the Tower of Hera and the other two being blue and red pendant.
So, like 2 pendants in the light. A cane of Samaria! Now, this is a weapon I'm fond of for the intro. Very versatile weapon for use. And the
Also
book.
with a free. Oh,
What
go ahead.
The book. What an uncle route first.
Hoping some of them will check, or one at least will check pedestal, and to see if it's required or not.
Also looks like today we're having Zero Suit Samus has taken Link's place today. Over on Krithel's side on the left. And one Hylian guard has gotten fed up with Aghanim and decided to revolt.
Yeah, we're going down into the first guard, and Krithel taking good care of him.
This standard route is ridiculous today. It's not every day you get a sword in your first 4 checks.
Yeah, and I just thought I hallucinated that I saw a sword there popping up, but it's true. So that was Cane of Samaria just for one guard, and now it's back to the standard.
Technically, you could call that a vanilla item. That is a boomerang at the Hyrule Castle boomerang check.
Yeah, just that someone painted it red instead of blue this time.
Did you know that red paint lets your boomerang fly farther?
Yeah, I heard about that. It's also like painting cars red to make them go faster.
Also make your insurance go up.
Yeah, red paint is actually the thing to be, and we have red rupees giving you 20 here. Both runners freed the princess and are now on the way back to the entrance and then out the back door.
The longest part of the standard route, having to go back up the castle.
Definitely. Give us a moment to talk about what will happen afterwards. The winner of this race will be up against Floyd and in the half finals, and from there on it's best of 3 without mentors.
That should be exciting.
Yeah, looking forward to watch it myself. Just a short explanation. The higher seeded winner will be choosing the first mode of the best of 3, and then the loser gets to pick another one out of, I think it's 4.
You have standard, ambrosia, open, and casual. Right, and they're going into the sewers now. Krithel killing the snakes, probably looking for a bomb drop at this point. We know that Dark Cross is going to be the key. So unless the bats or the rats drop bombs, our runners did not get lucky enough to get bombs for the back of escape. Or at least Krithel did not get lucky enough to get bombs for the back of escape.
Yeah, it has to be on the reds now. And there I saw a small magic potion drop, so maybe it's could indicate that bombs will be on number 6 in the drop pool.
So we'll get to see Fred check the back of escape today. It does have an ice rod. So that is something that Krithel may have to go back for.
Yeah, we will know the moment the first one checks the Dark World map to see if Turtle Rock is required or not this time.
It's very definitely possible with 6 crystals in the Dark World today.
Yeah, and some money, bringing us a big step forward towards Zora.
More importantly, it brings us into Bottle Merchant range.
Oh, Krithel fighting there for his bare life and doesn't make it, unfortunately, so I have to start over.
There are worse places to die in this game.
Definitely, and goes for the south route to farm a few bombs first.
And water toes. Flippers in the forest.
And a piece of art, while Krithel gets 2 bombs and a bomb drop.
And Krithel just went from 0 to 10 very quickly on that.
Yeah, just a little bit too late for him.
Incredible quickness to get that. Excuse me. Incredible luck to get the double bomb drop from the 50-50 bushes, though.
Yeah. And Krithel sees, I think it was bombers on the game, and while...
Couch cash on the ped.
Yeah.
We are not playing a ped seed today. Honestly, I feel I'm okay with that, because I'm a runner myself, and ped seeds get old.
If you are having books this early, I'm actually fine with it. So you know directly as you have to go through all the dungeons, and most likely will see a lot of your progression there.
Though this seed would have been a decent one for Ped Seed. We've got double Light World dungeons for pendants, so. And that was in fact Bombos on May's game, as Fred checks the Kakariko well. Just bombs on the library, though, so who knows where Shoes will be today.
Yeah, and if we see them at all, I've seen a lot of races lately without Shoes.
As usual, the lazy kid is a troll, only giving us 20 bucks. Magic powder in the blind hut.
Yeah, that's always a nice safety, being able to transmorph anti-fairies into real ones to get some additional help.
An extra heart container from Bottle Merchant is nice. To the viewer in chat, Krithel went in from the south, partly because they died trying to get to... trying to fight the guards south of the lumberjack tree. So since they died and didn't have bombs, they went for the south route to hit the 50-50 bushes, but over by the shovel spot.
So the question is what we will see next. I think both runners will go for the South Shore, checking Dam, Icewater Cave, although we have it already, and Mini Mordorm and Agina.
It's not like the seed's given them too many other options at this point. So we will probably see the standard pathing for this one. Fred is going south, probably looking for the Watergate. Ideally, they want to find money on their way through the South Shore so they can do Zora on their way through, since they have flippers.
That would be fortunate after all, and who knows, maybe one gets to goes to Houlihan room to pick up the 225 inside.
That depends on if they know how to do it without the flipper, without doing it over at the right fairy cave. Because with flippers, they're not able to do that there. Most of the other ways in I know take the boots, and we don't have those yet. Our item crab is dropping single green rupees, and Krithel's going to Sasrala instead. So a little bit of a route split right now.
Yeah, we will also see where the green planet is, and it's Thieves Town. Most unfortunate.
That ice rod is required. Luckily, it's a really easy to get ice rod. However, Saucerella has a hook shot. The mini Moldrum Cave has a sword. And there's our money for Zora.
So everything's available, and I'm curious to see what will do to Krithel now with the hook shots, and when Fred will check for it.
Front door, big key. That's always nice to find in Eastern.
Yeah, and if you're lucky, you don't even have to go into the dark room if the other three are holding the items.
The ideal thing here is actually to not go to Armos. Because this is standard, that is possible, and it would be the best case scenario for these runners. Fred is going for a swim in the lake. He's gonna go swim up and meet our good friend, the hobo. And there's our other boomerang. Eastern Palace has our Moon Pearl. So that is one required dip into a pendant dungeon. And with that compass, Armos does have an item.
Going up to Zora and checking the waterfall cave as well. So we'll see that, and then he will most likely will go to Eastern if there isn't anything that would lead him elsewhere.
And Waterfall Cave has our boots. Krithel drinks his green potion to see what the fairy gives, and the fairy gives us a bottled fairy. If this cave weren't so out of the way, that would be very convenient. Krithel is starting his South Shore route.
And Fred pays Zora for a bow. Okay.
That is something you would wish you found before the dive into Eastern, to be honest.
Yeah, to be able to collect the last item in there.
But with that, Fred will be going to Eastern. Probably a good move with what we know is over there. And also, with the density of checks, you have one at Agina or, like, 6 over here.
Yeah, but don't forget we have the book, so Desert is open as well, but only holds 2 items plus the ledge, so 4 in total.
And they might not even be able to get one of those items. Well, because one of those items could very easily be on Landmos, and we do not have a fire source.
Yeah. And right now we are missing almost everything to access Dark World. So could be, yeah, fight could mean to
This
fight a bad wizard.
this is true. This could easily be a Agaseed. But at least it is giving us signs of that really, really, really early.
Yeah, just missing the lamp to be able to navigate that properly.
The game is giving us a lot of early health, which can be very nice.
Yeah, while at the same time is holding back with progression items, so the runners are checking each other's spots right now, catching up to each other, and then we are having Bonk Rocks and Deserts on the menu next.
As Fred picks up his Moon Pearl from Eastern Palace. And Krithel gets their running shoes. They have already picked up my 3 favorite items in this game.
My favorite one is still missing. I like the hammer the most.
My favorite is actually the red cane, so. But Boots and Hookshot are both very high up there.
Oh, for Krithel, I'm wondering if he will, or more or less say, because the mentor is also there, go back into Eastern. Or for just one, I don't think so.
It looks like Krithel's going to go for the Agena and Desert entrance.
Yeah, with 4 items, that's the densest area right now.
And Fred drops into the fairy fountain below Eastern before going into the dark room for Armos. This is not a fun dark room.
Yeah.
But Fred clears up
easy
very
to miss.
quickly. And he's done. Very cleanly done dark room by Fred. That's one way to protect your explosives. Agena decided to hide his explosives and then cave in the wall, so you need explosives to get to the explosives.
Making them safe for sure. Krithel goes into desert now. Saw already the sword number 3 on the ledge. Will certainly pick it up.
And Fred is taking on the Armos. Will he get the quick kill? And he does for a single green rupee. So skipping Eastern would be a perfectly fine thing at this point. Outside of, the Moon Pearl.
Yeah, putting Krithel actually in front here now. Because you don't have to go back for a green rupee, that's for sure.
So it's a good thing that neither runner decided to go to Desert before going to Waterfall Ferry, because Desert Palace is boot locked.
sticky on the torch, that means that the small key is in the back chest, which is a perfect spot to hide a small key.
Isn't it? However, these runners are running out of progression really quickly.
Yeah, with only 2 items here and the bonk rocks, I'm almost certain that one of these 3 spots will hold lamp.
We have 1 item in the right side of desert. And there's the lamp! We have an Aga potential now. There is 1 check left before they have to climb the tower, I believe, too.
Yeah, and that's bonk rocks, and that's it.
And luckily, that is both items from desert. They will not have to fight the land molas. Because this is not a pedestal seed, and landmos have a pendant.
Yeah, so pick up your third sword, check the bonk rocks, and then it's climbing time.
Krithel likely double-checking what the boss prize was before leaving, though they would not have been able to get to the boss anyways, because you need power gloves to get there.
Yeah. And if the bonk rocks are not holding the flute, it's required to climb the first tower.
And we have an Aga seed. So it is time for everyone's favorite tower climb. Although Krithel does have the potential to go in through the back of Escape, run the sewers 1 more time.
Yeah, but I don't think they will. They'll climb the tower and hope for gloves at one point, and then drop by when it's convenient.
Fred picking up his lamp. Fred is leaving out the right entrance so they can check Agina. They went straight to Desert Palace.
Krithel is actually going into the back to check, giving up so much time here. But on the other hand, we'll find Ice Rod, which is great for later.
So we know what crystals. We know which 6 dungeons are required. Which one do you think is our missing Pyramid Fairy crystal? I personally hope it's something like Skullwoods or maybe even Pod, something that is easy to clear so we can possibly see a pyramid seed.
No, I think I would like it to be more in the later parts, so maybe Maya or Turtle Rock, just so that's one less place to check for them.
And now for a very slow quarter heart at a time death warp with the rats. Neither the rats nor the bats do enough to take out half a heart. Honestly, I would go back through to Dark Cross and take out and death warp on the snakes back there. However, Bomb makes a faster death warp.
Yeah, with Red already being at the second chest there, so we have a lead of change of lead again.
I love close races like this, don't you?
Yeah, I love them too, although I had mine earlier this week and I lost, so I'm more than happy to watch this time.
Out of curiosity, what was your escape weapon?
Bombs.
Always fun. Last time I did a standard, I had to do it with a cane of burner.
Yeah. And I learned to use bombs only 2 hours before. I just thought, oh, might be a good idea. Paid off.
Alright, so do we play the Aghanim game in this stream?
Yeah, I think for bragging rights, it's always nice. How many blue balls will we see today?
I'm gonna be nice today. I'm gonna guess that they'll have 2 or 3. But I have been on the unfortunate end of a 10 blue ball Aghanim before.
It was actually 10. It was disgusting.
Part of that is I did miss one red orb on the wizard. But
Okay, I see the maximum amount of 15 already in the chat, so there's somebody not very nice, to be honest.
And he's already starting off with 1. Do you know what the worst part of this Aghanim fight is? They don't have their bug net.
Rest seems to be okay for now, so we are already at 3.
Only 1 blue ball so far. Will Aghanim's second wave be as nice as the first one was? There's 2. There's 3. I believe with that, doesn't he always open the waves with a red orb?
Yeah.
So the answer today is 3.
Yeah, it's always a red one, and then it's random for the next 4, and then he does his lightning, and then repeat.
So welcome to the Dark World. Fred is the first Dark World, and our red crystal today is Skull Woods. So our red crystals are the Tower of Hera and Skull Woods.
Nothing on Pyramid Ledger. While Krithel finishes up Aghanim himself, meaning he's around 30 seconds behind.
Fred realizes he can't take the standard land route to get to the catfish. Actually, he's not going to be able to get to catfish. He has to go in through the hookshot route to North Dark World.
Yeah, and this route confuses many, especially on the first time you're coming there, you're thinking, oh, I have no hammer, I have no glove, how do I proceed?
You swim.
Yeah, but that's something you have to figure out or somebody has to tell you.
Now, if you don't have flippers, you're just plain out of luck. That looks like just bombs on Bumper Ledge.
Yeah, if you also don't have flippers, you have to go pot. That's always open. And we see divergence. Fred's checking out Skull Woods while Krithel is in the village of outcasts.
And we have a big key on the left side of the Skullwoods entrance. So we will get to see what's in the big chest today.
Yeah, while the chest game just holds 10 arrows. And Krithel doing the front of Thieves Town.
With how few items we've gotten for progression, it's probably a wise play. Fred does take a death and has to use his fairy. He is probably looking for his elevator out.
Yeah, you don't want to use your small key there.
Just gotta go a little higher, Fred.
It was too high. Ah, shame. And Krithel already going to the back as
close.
well.
That was just a little too close for comfort, in my opinion. Fred is checking the Bonk Rocks and the Lumberjack tree. A check which is in play now that we've beaten Agadim and have shoes. And I don't think either runner looked inside, did they?
Not that I've seen. They both went for the forest right away.
And the Lumberjack item is just a blue rupee.
Yeah, meanwhile, Krithel finds one of the pick-up quests and with the mushroom.
Gotta love that we have to do Agadim to get our Dark World access today.
Yeah, which makes every overworld death hurt a lot because you have to always go back then.
It especially hurts right now when the only way to get back is to take a swim. Luckily, the key is locked in the Thieves Town big chest.
And now, Blind can drop it.
What?
I've seen it and I hate it.
Blind cannot drop that key. Because you can use that key on the big key chest first. And if you do, you cannot get to the attic to open the ceiling. So Blind is not able to drop the small key or the hammer.
Oh, right. What have I seen there? Oh, it was maybe a key sanity there that I played.
It can happen in Enemizer, though. So if you played any Enemizer, that can happen.
Yeah, must be have been there. No. Krithel picking the green pendants to have one more check later on.
We are running low on places on this side of the Dark World. Where is our progression today?
be really bad if it's in the potion shop right now, because Mushroom was in Thieves Down. There's a lot of digging on Krithel side for 50 rupees.
22 digs for that. Yes, I counted.
I just wonder if Hype Cave is up to his name again.
It's looking good for Hype Cave. We've gotten nothing from the rest of Dark World so far. We've gotten a mushroom. So it's kind of down to here, that Skullwood's big chest, and pod. Krithel is checking Hype Cave now, though, so... That's a cape. The bombs ruined it. That was a very red Hype Cave.
Yeah, and nothing inside. That's, yeah, Shaky says it -5 out of 10. But it also leaves us with just 3 spots now, and that's Sahashala, the potion shop, and Pot.
And Skullwood's big chest.
Oh, right, Fred took a death there, unfortunately, and didn't go back. Yeah. And with no mirror and Aga's entrance on the only thing to go back into Dark World, I think we'll check Potion Shop and Sahashala last. At least both runners have enough money to pay Kiki, our greedy little monkey.
The extortion monkey, as my friends call it.
Especially if you are doing entrance randomizer and he just takes 110 rupees out of your pocket for maybe nothing.
Last time I did it across keys, the pod entrance was the guy who lives in the bush-covered house. So that specific NPC kind of makes me irrationally angry for some reason.
Chest and pot holding a small key, 1 out of 4 on the front.
That is correct, Oro. That is the house I meant. Big key on the right side. And now, I believe it is time to take another very slow death warp.
Unfortunately. But it's a lot faster than doing it with rats and bats.
As Fred picks up his green pendant from Blind.
Checking the original spot for the big key, and it's a blue rupee, so we have 2 items in the front. The other remaining 2 must be small keys.
You know pod key logic better than I do.
Yeah, it took a while, but it's rather easy. In the front there can only be 2 items, so I just count the items, one or 2. I have 2. Everything else must be a small key that allows him mostly to drop.
We're getting a hammer yump. I don't usually see that happen in not Keith Handy situations.
And I think it's actually the first one I saw in this tournament here.
So, a little bit of props to Krithel for pulling that off on the first try there.
Yeah, looked great for sure. And
silvers. This pod.
That's nice, but it's not progression, and we are running out of chests here.
I believe was there an item in right side?
The big key was there, wasn't it? So
okay,
no real, and that's
I think we have
magic.
one more item here. There's progression.
Good glass, yeah.
Fred is checking the potion shop and Sauce Rala first.
Yeah. And Krithel going out because Harness Hallway holds a small key, and it's not able to go to Hermoso right now.
Kinda need a hammer for that. Potion shop was just a piece of heart. And Krithel's going to take that power glove and go straight to Death Mountain. And honestly, I don't blame them.
No, with everything else running out of options, checking the lumberjack.
I mean, since you're here anyways, might as well. It's amazing how this old man always gets lost in this cave.
This is on purpose. He wants attention.
My personal favorite was following him into his house when you're playing Entrance Randomizer. My personal favorite is he went inside, I followed him in, and it was Ganon's tower. So, makes you wonder some days.
Blame him that he doesn't want to live there. I would leave too.
And there's our hammer, mirror blocked.
What is the seed? That's banana.
That is evil. Speaking of bananas, we've rescued Kiki from the forest again, so.
That we will see Mirror at one point with Swamp Palace being required, but that it also blocks the hammer. That's too much.
I imagine we'll be seeing it sooner rather than later.
Yeah, at some point, hammer blocks so much progression that you have to find a mirror then.
And there's our blue cane. Not my favorite item. Has a little bit of a lag problem, actually. And there's our shovel. And there's the blue mail now. Putting us in a red zero suit.
So it goes up again to try that bomb shot one more time. Jump one more time.
It can be a little bit tricky to line that one up.
There's actually a nice little thing. You hold out your sword and back a little bit downwards until you're about 2-3 pixels. It doesn't really matter above, and then you just hold left until you are getting pushed back. The game actually does the edges a little bit bumpy. Then just let go, place a bomb, and it's guaranteed to shoot you across.
I usually just spin buffer, so works pretty well for me. So
Floating island just with some more rupees.
this Death Mountain has given us basically nothing. It's given us a shovel.
And a hint for hammer, which is teasing.
That is a very mean hammer spot at this exact moment. Except for that. Magic Mirror at Spiral Cave.
Save and quits and go back up the mountain again to pick up the hammer and do Tower of Hera as well, I would say.
And I apologize to the chat that we had to have some bots show up. Never fun to have those show up in chat. And Ether Tablet. The best part of finding your hammer here and your gloves on before this is we finally have Dark World access that isn't the Hyrule Castle gate.
It's so much more convenient.
Unfortunately, with that mirror, now we save and quit to the pyramid.
Already got the big key and going for the Hera pot here.
And I get it.
Yeah. Nicely done.
That is my second time seeing spin speed Herapot. Still impressive.
Yeah. I personally I'm not comfortable with it.
Did we just get 2 shields out of Tower of Hera?
No, not actually. The other one was on Ether Tablet.
So basically 2 shields at Tower of Hera. Got it. Basically.
Yeah, at least very close together. And, oh, hitting the bumper there. And taking an extra round. The wise part and moving around this time. Going to Mordor. And, oh, slashing first.
One
Yeah.
with the tempered sword, 1 slash and 1 spin is a dead Moldworm. Did we already get our second item out of here?
Yeah, we got it. So down there is, I think, compass.
Okay.
It's missing.
And now the hammer teases Fred with this placement. And Krithel's going to Spike Cave. Makes sense, because we are, again, running very low on logic here.
It's not so bad right now, I would say. It's this hammer opened up so much, including Swamp Palace.
The big one is Swamp Palace is open.
Nothing as usual. And it looks like Swamp Palace is on the menu after, but doing the checks first here, doing Hobo and maybe a Hammer Saw.
I don't believe Krithel ever did swim up here, nor did either of them check the island, I believe.
Yeah, Krithel going back for the kill. Krithel turns in the green pendant for some extra money here. And will most... okay, got it there. I thought for a moment that he will be stuck and have to transfer again.
As Fred is going up Death Mountain to get their hammer, to get Tower of Hera. At least the game was nice enough to put the mirror on Death Mountain.
Yeah, that you are actually right there and have an easy enough time to say, okay, I will climb back again right away.
And I apologize about this Fred's stream quality. This is directly from his stream, so what we're seeing here is not a result of Oro's restream. But the ether effects look pretty interesting in slow motion there.
But also going for a spin speed setup for the Hera pod.
Doesn't appear to be as comfortable with it. As Krithel enters a fight with the Helmasaur King. I have never seen this bomb setup for Harapot. I'll admit, I'm impressed. I have never seen that setup.
Oh, I actually use it. I actually use it quite a lot. It's rather handy if you don't have boots. So it's something I think one should learn. While Krithel makes short justice here with Helmersaw King, gets out and saves and quits. But beating Morlum there as well, getting her actually first crystal. It is. We have seen so many bosses already, and it's just the first or second crystal for Krithel. While they head to Swarm Palace now.
This dungeon can be very fun, but also very long. Still more fun than Ice Palace.
Yeah, but with Kane of Samaria and the not recently, but discovered skips there with Diver Down and Icebreaker.
We have 3
a lot more
shields already.
convenient.
We have all of the shields.
Yeah, having mirror shields before Turtle Rock is very convenient, so you don't have to perform any laser bridge skips.
You can also conserve your magic by not having to use the cape or the blue cane.
Yes, but Fred was already in Skullwoods. Krithel wasn't there, so that's more or less the time difference right now.
The only other thing is Fred has fought the Armos Knights. Because Krithel did Eastern before Zora, and Zora had our bow. Setting up for our first diver down.
Yeah, nicely done. Conserving the bomb explosion there to switch the packs in a second.
And the bomb setup for diver down.
It's 2 attempts, but finally able to get it. Picks up the small key, the blue packs go up, walk out of the water and jump back in. of money and the second chest in a second, holding the big key here.
The vanilla big key.
Maybe someone should program the randomizer differently.
And Fred is gambling on left side swamp right now.
We'll see in a second if that pays off, and Krithel will open that big chest and it holds the map.
It pays off is what it does. The question is, will he just abandon left side swamp with how many items we're missing?
Who knows, if things are lucky, we are 2 items away from go mode, the fire rod and the titan's mitts. If both dungeons Maya and Turtle Rock are locked by bombos.
Fred is running into some troubles with Diver Down.
Yeah, switches to the bomb setup and that goes well. First one, pick up the
Argus.
Picking up his nice little cotton balls there. One spin and the second and down.
Swamp Palace had basically nothing in it.
Yeah, nothing of value.
So I believe that shovel may end up coming into play.
Yeah, pretty sure we'll see that in a second, but I think first the Bomber's tablet will be checked.
Fred struggles as much with the silver arrow shot as I do. I am not good at killing Argus with a silver arrow. Bombo's tablet mitts. That's gross.
Yeah, that's really gross because it means we are maybe in for a fire rod hunt. And oh, we need a flute as well. I just realized because Maya's required.
I would rather do a fire rod hunt than an ice rod hunt any day. But with that find of the Titan's mitts, that puts Ice Palace as the next best place to go.
Yeah, and Krithel heads right this way, and I think Fred will follow in a second.
Fred looks like he's routing in K45.
Yeah, and after that, the shovel would be just logical to do that.
Just a heart container at K45 today.
And some more love.
Well, looks like Ice Palace is the best place to go because it's the one that's not on the other side of the Dark World.
Yeah, and with its own interest right in front. Krithel going for the icebreaker here, given that he already did Diver Down, and this trick is also an extended door glitch. It's more than likely he will manage this as well.
And does so very easily.
Yeah, that's looked very well. Fluent execution.
There's one item.
Asperger's without Firewall is nice seeing explosions everywhere, but otherwise it's just...
There's two items.
And a nice bomb jump across.
And the French vanilla armor upgrade. Makes for item number 3. Which does mean that our progression is somewhere in the North Dark World, I believe.
On East Death Mountain in the Dark World.
Yeah, or East Death Mountain in the Dark World. Or Turtle Rock. Floyd, why are you being mean to our runners with these kinds of suggestions? For anyone who might be viewing this in the future and doesn't have access to chat, Floyd suggested a laser bridge fire rod with the flute in right side Turtle Rock.
Yeah, in the meantime, Krithel makes Cold vanish from existence here, sorry, and picks up his 1, 2, 3, third crystal. Oh, nice. Oh, it's a fourth, actually.
Yeah, 4 crystals. Crystals for Krithel.
So what to do next? Okay, Krithel goes for the Death Mountain play and checking on Turtle Rock medallion as well.
Ideally for Krithel, it's Bombos. Or a medallion sitting somewhere on East Death Mountain.
It's something. If it's something else than Bombos, we are in for another item hunt. I don't hope that this will happen.
Chad is being mean to our runners. Now they're suggesting flute on Laser Bridge, Fire Rod, and Misery Mire.
Also, Jen, I don't know. Maybe something on Scamfish. Maybe a required medallion.
It is Bombos on Turtle Rock.
That's nice, being able to check the left chest right away.
Fred desperately trying to avoid getting cuddles with Cold Stare. Krithel checking Super Bunny Cave. For nothing.
For the firewall here, so you don't have to check Turtle Rock for one chest, go out and come back later.
And we know nothing is on Floating Island, so we probably will not be going back to the back. And there's another bottle. There's our flute.
Actually, just opening up the swamp for Mialee and making travel now a little bit more convenient, but most of the seed is done, so not really a big value.
And with one item in the front there, Turtle Rock is Fire Rod blocked.
Yeah, I think we'll see now. We're still heading to the village, activating flute, maybe, and then I was think first checking on Mialee entrance, confirming if it's either bombos or something else. What's in a quick check of the graveyard's tomb? Finding butter swords, yeah, it's an appropriate weapon to be brought with a king.
Of course, the king would have a sword made of butter.
Yeah, that's discussing here if one should check the one chest in Turtle Rock, and I absolutely agree with Oral there. If it holds fire rod and you are just running everywhere and it's sitting right in front of you, you will die of shame, or so to say.
And with this moment for Krithel, please rise and prepare for the Hylian national anthem. And Krithel now turning in their mushroom.
That's bold, and not having done that earlier. If mushroom is that early, mostly it holds some progression, but in this case, it's just a piece of heart. So everything done correctly here.
With that movement, I do think Krithel just set up a spooky.
Certainly did, and it's Quake in front of Maya, so we need another medallion.
Yes, we do.
Maybe you're lacking and it's waiting here, right in Maya shed? No.
And Fred plays the Highland national anthem. And there's our fire rod on checkerboard cave. Oh, this seed has jokes.
Yes, indeed. And with fire rod, it just opens up 2 dungeons. Skywoods and Turtle Rock is now fully clearable.
So, Mialee, you know what would be cruel of the game right now? Putting
Yeah.
Quake in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, right at the end at Trinex. Just for the fun of our viewers.
That would be a triple climb up the mountain to get to Ganon's tower. Because to be honest, people don't want to climb Death Mountain more than maybe twice, and we're already on at least 3 times now.
Nobody wants to climb that. It's long, it's boring, and those rocks falling down the entire time at the beginning is not nice at all.
With that find, I believe at least one item is in the back of the dungeon. Now,
I don't remember. We don't see big chest, did we?
we did not.
Maybe Craig is there? Who knows?
Now, Krithel does have a solid lead here because of Helmasaur King.
He certainly does. Picks up the small key from the enemy and now will find Mosula.
It'll be an easy enough fight, especially after the developers have patched Gold Sword to do tempered sword damage to Mothula. Back in the original versions of the randomizer, Mothula in base game is actually coded to take 0 damage from Gold Sword.
That's a nice fact. I actually didn't know that. So Krithel now searching for the last items that's missing.
Understandably, the developers had to patch damage onto that because it is easily possible for scenarios like this where you have Butter Sword before doing Mothula.
Yeah, and if you then don't have another weapon, oh, you have to have Fire Rod, so it's always possible.
And our Restreamer has graciously provided us a moment to give a shout out to our runners. Please give them a follow. Our runners and their mentors have put in a lot of work for this tournament. So, and then make sure to follow MM2 Nest Cartridge, our tracker today, SSBM Oro, our Restreamer, and then of course follow Mialee. They're a fantastic co-com today, so thank you for joining me.
You're more than welcome, and please guys, don't forget my co-commentator as well, Zeke here.
And in the big chest today is a big 20. Which means we are running out of places that aren't Turtle Rock again. I believe we're down to Turtle Rock and Smith Chain and Graveyard Cave.
And our beloved Scamfish is also waiting on the
Have we
east side of
forgotten
the world.
Catfish again?
Yeah, Catfish is just sitting there.
Maybe he's going to give us a vanilla Quake.
Who knows, but it's certainly not on the ledge here. Now checking for the graveyard.
It could also be in Pyramid Crack.
Right, and yeah, whoever locations it first might have an advantage here.
A Pyramid Fairy that Fred is going directly to. And it looks like Krithel's going back to TR.
Yeah, it's the 4 items there plus the Mimic Cave, it's 5.
It does make sense to do this check for Fred, though, because he does have to go back to Pod, too.
Absolutely. Presenting a nice
Is that
use
bottom
of the
dupe?
group. Yeah, it actually is. And
Nothing.
Was it going fast on that little right?
At least one of these checks in Roller Room will be a small key. And there's Quake. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mialee. Is that go mode?
Let's go mode. Finally, in Turtle Rock, after being blocked by Firewat.
So, can I just point out, I did just say I did say earlier that Quake would be the worst, would be terrible finding Turtle Rock for this specific reason. At least you get to go mode Mire and you get to go mode Turtle Rock.
Yeah, and you don't have to look for anything else. You are fully equipped. You have silvers. You have the best sword, the best shield, the best armor. You have everything right now. So it's just run fast. Oh yeah, the chat's pointing out that we have a little pronoun game going on now, but it's because both of our runners are being mentored in this game, so they're actually more or less playing 2 on either side.
Can we not have this kind of discussion in the chat today, please?
Big key now in the vanilla chest, so no key stealing.
That's correct. We are not going to be stealing the key.
Krithel going the way around to check on the big chest. I have seen a lot of runners passing by.
I've been burned one too many times having a small key there.
For me, it was only once, so if I'm in go mode and I'm actually I'm mostly passing by.
That was a very small window to fall into the pit there.
Yeah, but it's one that regularly happens. But also in Total Rock, finding Quake, and now it's an execution game with
I love
Krithel being ahead.
Yeah, it's down to execution, but also keep in mind, Fred has to return to Palace of Darkness to fight Helmassar. And of course, the small key is at the bottom like normal.
Where else? Yeah, as you pointed out, Fred has to fight Helmassar, which Krithel has already done, so the lead is even bigger.
What a fantastic autocorrect in the chat. Alright, and Krithel is fighting Trinex. Named such because he has 4 necks. I have given that as a nice. One of my favorite things to do is when people are racing, they'll usually have the no hints thing, and I will go in and give them hints with that level of quality. Usually to try and make people laugh, because we need more laughs these days.
Krithel beats him without a problem, but normally it would trigger our guessing game, but there's one more dungeon to go with a Krithel.
I prefer TR not being our end, because it gives us just a little more time for the guessing game.
Yeah, and sets up Spooky there.
Useful for go mode. Now, here's the thing. My favorite thing to do with go mode Meyer. Are we going to have to go to Vanilla Big Key? The answer is usually yes. Because this game is evil.
It certainly is, and it's normally the chest you are checking last, because the cutscene takes forever.
It is a very long cutscene to open that wall. You know it's long when it takes enough time for all 4 torches to go out.
Also in the front, checking on the first 2 chests, while Fred goes to Trinex himself.
This isn't looking good for go mode. Unfortunately, Fred does get ice on the floor, making it just a little bit harder, but luckily the ice curved right.
Yeah. forgot there to check to switch ahead of time, but has no problems whatsoever with the final stage.
We are just looking for one big key. It's not showing up very quickly, is it?
It isn't, and Krithel decides to check the cutscene chest before the, I call it, blue pack chest.
I'll blame confirmation bias, but I would do the same thing just because one too many times. I gotta love the concepts of medallion magic opening these dungeons, because you cause an earthquake to make the rain stop and a flower grow out of the water.
That's how magic works.
And I am my confirmation bias would pay off here too.
Yeah, certainly it does. Where else should it be in a seat like that?
That's 3 vanilla big keys now?
I think so, yeah.
Because Swamp and
Turtle Rock?
TR were both vanilla big key as well.
Yeah. Because it gets that boot featured Zomaria there for the so Spooky should be good. Yeah, and it is.
And we've got Spooky in action. Just having a little bit of trouble with the anti-fairy check there because the anti-fairy didn't want to play today. But with Silver's Butter Sword, Red Man, this is going to be an easy fight with Vitreous.
Yeah, going for the Silver Arrow strategy here.
I mean, it's just the fastest way to do it if you have the arrows, so. And with that, we have 7 crystals. Get your big key guessing game numbers in chat once our tracker starts the game. Which they have. So get your guesses in chat today. Mialee, where would you think the big key will show up today?
There's only one option I can say right now, and it's on Tile Room.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you. I am of the opinion. I am one of those people who doesn't put their guesses when they're on volunteer duty here in the stream, so you won't see me in the list, but I am with the people who guessed Tile Room on this because this seed's been cruel for everything else so far.
Yeah, and the 22 is already posted, so that is being covered. I'm gonna try to work some magic and guessing one myself, so hope it pays out and brings our runner some luck.
So we're hoping we are going to either have commentators, commentator's blessing or commentator's curse, first or last. Hopefully it actually bounces out and puts it somewhere like Fire Snake Room or something. Fred also has a spooky setup, so... And once Krithel goes into the tower, the game submissions will close for the game, and we will see who wins.
These are some points that don't matter and some bragging rights that also don't matter. But you're on the internet, so...
So, of course, they matter. Alright, and we have the hope room first for a small key at 1. 300 rupees at 2. Skipping past tile room to head for compass room.
Yeah, going right here while Fred exits Maya.
To go to Palace of Darkness.
Yeah.
He's got a date with the Helmassar King. He'll be royalty. $3, map at 4, 20 bucks at 5, bombs at 6.
Oh, and doesn't pick up the small key. Hopefully it doesn't come back.
Usually it doesn't. 7 is the torch. Do we count the torch if they don't pick it up?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Because we have seen it and therefore know what it is.
I've seen some people who count it and some who don't, so that's the only reason I ask. Number 8, small key. Number 9, heart container. Number 10, bug net. And number 11, small key. Number 12, 10 arrows. We're getting closer and closer to the fabled tile room. Nobody wants that. And now come up to a room so named, to Rando room. So named because you are probably playing a randomizer if you're going there. Number 13. Number 13?
Yeah, that was number 13, and it's the random room because only randomizer people go there. And people who play the game for the first time.
Honestly, first time I played, I missed the fact there was a crack there, and so I didn't even get that.
Not missing on anything.
Red Rupee 14, 10 arrows 15, 3 bombs 16, and Ether 17.
Yeah, research was just 5 more checks, and Fred is on a Helmassar King right now, breaking off his face shield.
You know, it could also be vanilla big key with how this seed's been playing.
Yeah, most likely.
Or tile room.
We will know in a minute.
Number 18, Red Rupee. The Ice Armos.
Yeah, with servers, it's a piece of cake.
This is my least favorite boss room if I'm playing boss shuffle.
Yeah, I can see that. I lately had a
19
blind
10
there.
arrows. 20. 21! The winning number today is 21 with the big key in a French vanilla check. Sorry, tile room, we're not checking you today.
Rowdy Sniper 1 with guessing number 22.
Congratulations to Rowdy Sniper. This does put Fred at a significant disadvantage in this race now.
Yeah, unless he goes full right, but
even then, it would take some mistakes in the gauntlet and on Ganon.
Yeah, with Krithel already climbing the gauntlet, it's it's likely that he might win.
But there's still a chance. Ganon has been known to mess people up before.
Yeah, certainly does.
This has been a disgusting seed in terms of logic, though. A lot of back and forth checks.
Yeah, and I just counted the mountain climbs, and I ended up with 4.
One for the hammer, one for the flute, one for the quake, and then one for GT.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this seed was mean.
But still, our runners are that good that it's just 1 hour 45 as they are entering the gauntlet.
As they're exiting the gauntlet, actually. So really quick work by runners, even with the little bit of a disadvantage. Are we about to see some DMs strats?
Seems to me like it. Question is if he goes full right afterwards or mirrors back to go the left way.
Krithel coming up on the torches.
Oh, nice round there. Don't have to pick up that full magic, but needs a small key from the mini hammer source.
That is correct, because the small key was left in the basement. And he doesn't need to check any of these chests because he has everything you could need for this finish.
Yeah, and the only thing missing is actually 1 bottle and some heart pieces, and so absolutely no need to check any of these.
And Moldworm 2 has been slain. Abandons validation chest. I don't remember what's in that chest in vanilla.
Don't know either.
And now it's time for everyone's favorite subject in Hylian education, agonometry.
So 1 and followed by a 3.
Triple. Just 1 more hit, and this Aghanim fight is over. And we have to go get some. We have to go kill a pig.
Yeah, and chat teaching us that in this validation chest normally is a big 20.
I've always wondered whose decision it is to put some of these ridiculous quotes on Ganon. And a very, very clean fight so far.
Yeah, because Gold Sword, you only need 6 hits in the first two.
That was about 18, so...
That's a very fast third phase so far.
And there's phase 3 finished.
Oh, going for double hits there right away. Another single and the final one.
And get your GGs ready in chat for Krithel and Noblytheforeign. They will be finishing... let's see.
With an official time of 1 hour, 50 minutes and 7 seconds.
I was about to ask Oro to post if we have an official race time GG time as well. Sub 2 for this seed is crazy. Because this one was a runner.
It was, and I think they are more than happy that it's over. So that's Krithel advancing to the final 4 of the gold sword bracket here of this GOMO tournament. I will ask if they will join us in a moment for an interview.
And I believe that they are racing Floyd, who's currently in Twitch chat with us. So
yeah, they are.
Alright, and Fred is in the gauntlet right now, so... Krithel, Nobly, welcome to the booth. GG.
Thank you very much.
GG's.
This seed made you run around a lot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this seed was... I mean, that probably played into my favour, given the opening. But yeah, there was a lot of back and forth there. And a long time hoping that we didn't need to do Aga. kept us waiting for that one.
It at least told you you need to do it early.
Yeah, you just had everything you needed early. But with the Mitts chain, it could have been Mitts on Eastern Boss, because we didn't end up doing Eastern Boss.
We actually know
there.
We do know what was on Eastern Boss.
Yeah.
1 rupee.
Oh. Yeah, that was on our minds for a long time. But at some point, you just gotta say, it's done, it's out. I'm not going back and doing it. So.
Well, as soon as we found the Mitts, we were relieved.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. But you have to climb. We counted out. You have to climb the mountain 4 times actually to get all the items and get to Ganon's tower. How did you feel about that?
To be fair, Crit was like, let's do Smith's chain. I was like, no, go up the mountain and get the info.
Yeah, which is obviously the right play. Saved a lot of time skipping Smith's chain there. But yeah, I mean, again, at the time, going up the mountain 4 times, the fact that you had to made me feel alright about it. Just because of how much we'd skipped here and there. It was very easy to have skipped something where we could have dodged one of those trips, but the kind of mandatory, or maybe mandatory, many trips up was fine in the end.
Yeah.
How relieved were you to find the mirror in Spiral Cave there?
pretty relieved. Without the mirror there wasn't much else for us to do, so it's likely we'd skip something obvious. But yeah, so mirror there, I think, smoothed out a lot of what we did from then on out. And then when we got mitts, it was, yeah.
At that point, I think it was the one thing that Crit was thinking most about was the hobo check that we didn't skip.
Oh yeah, we skipped hobo, which normally I wouldn't do, but nobody got me to do it. And again, it paid off. We got to do it quicker when we went to revisit pod.
Yeah. And with the hammer lying on Spectacle Rock, mirror there was also convenient.
Yes.
Saving you the 5th strip up the mountain.
Yeah, saved us some exercise there.
The only thing that didn't pay out was the Thieves Town. That was totally unrequired, but I mean, you were looking at finding the mitt, the glove, anything actually.
Yeah, it was not
The
really
seed was very
progression.
stingy with progression today.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that.
we had the choice to either go pod or huck shot over and do the rest of it, and given us flippers and huck shots, so I thought let's follow that and hope something like Thieves Town pays out. And when it didn't, that kind of sucked. But
Fred is about to head off to fight Ganon now.
Nice.
So we will watch him do that. So
So what are your thoughts on that seed, other than the amount of walking you had to do today?
it was very stressful, given the early death. Well, given the early not getting bomb drops in escape, and then dying trying to get the bomb drop. It was a terrible opening, so it was just pretty stressful from then on.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason we dipped Eastern early was because of cash problem. So that was a fine play. Especially when we found the Moon Pearl there.
yeah, hiding a lot of items in those pendant dungeons.
Yeah.
But not in the green pendant dungeon.
Not in the one we had to commit to.
Yeah, like we committed to do desert up until we found 2 items at least as well. But yeah, finding the lamp there, what we had left was doing hobo or go back to Eastern boss, and I was like, nah. We don't have glove, we don't have hammer. If it's a glove, then we might be in trouble, but if it's not, then it's a valid play.
Sorry to interrupt here, but get your GGs ready in chat for Fred, who is going to finish about 7 minutes behind, but he managed to push through the seed.
Hey, GG.
And we'll see if we can get Fred in here to join us as well. Fred and Lechtansi.
So I guess they went and did everything they could in Lightbolt before doing Agadan?
Yeah. The routing was very much the same, more or less, with different priorities, but you ended up both clearing most of the seed.
The one thing that put Fred behind was they dove Skullwoods before doing Thieves Town with you, and then saved and quit rather than respawn at the entrance of Skull. So to get to Thieves Town, they had to go all the way back around.
Yeah.
And they had to go back. They delayed going back to Pod. And it looks like Fred's in the green room, so we'll see if we can get them in here with us. Welcome to the booth, Fred. GG.
GG.
Hey, GG.
GG.
That was something, right?
Good race. Yeah, that was a crazy one. Lech is not going to be able to join, but we were kind of thinking we didn't hop into pod right after we went to Dark World, and I'm sure Krithel did and got some of that access.
No, I think we did the same thing.
Oh, you
Hook shot
went-
over to do Thieves Town. Apparently, I
yeah.
skipped Skullwoods at that point, so I got to kind of do Skullwoods all in one go when I got Fire Rod.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we also took an unfortunate death. Oh, sorry, I took an unfortunate death in there, and then accidentally saved and quit instead of save and continued. So that was kind of rough, but no, overall, sure was a fun race to watch.
It was fun to commentate too. Huh?
Yeah. I mean, we were looking at after Dark World. We hadn't done Eastern and Hobo either, so.
Oh yeah.
And we wanted to pick up the green pen just because if we had to go back to Eastern, we could deliver the green pen.
Yeah, we did that too. Oh, sounds like we did a lot of the same stuff.
And so we were debating on going pod or over. I wanted to go pod, but Crit wanted to go over and follow it, so I was like, let's go over then.
Yeah, we were having when we didn't get anything because we full cleared Eastern Palace too with the bow before getting the lamp, and kind of said, we didn't get anything from that bow. There's probably something in pod or something, which there was, but we also decided to skip pod. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that real hope that hammer was over, like in Thieves Town, just to save having to revisit it. But yeah, we ended up skipping Eastern Boss, so yeah, there was a lot of hoping that wasn't the gloves for quite a long time.
And after that, we went to Thieves Town and did a loop down to Hype and swam over to do pod.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, we went to the mountain, and then we went back to pod while we did Hobo and Green Pendant. And then we went to Swamp, I think.
At that point, it was just all over the place.
Yeah, you just swamp into Bombo's tablet into Ice Palace.
Yeah, same here. It kind of hit a lot of stuff, and it was required triple dip, if not quadruple, because of Ganon's Tower up the mountain. You had to go up there 3 times.
It was,
in
in
Dark
fact-
World, I counted.
Yeah.
It was, in fact, a quadruple mountain climb if we include the initial one to get the mirror.
Yeah.
Wait, did we skip the K45 Crit and Shovel?
We're going to
Oh.
do that with Smith Chain.
Yeah.
They were nothing.
Yeah.
I checked it for you.
Yeah, because Crit was debating, let's go Smith Chain after Ice Path. I was like, and hell no, we're going up the mountain. But he's like, but yeah, but get the info. And then
Trying to save one of the 4 mountain trips, but it wasn't to be.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of let's do this when we have all the optimal items to get everything in this general area in this seed.
This
And
is
then
an excellent seed for practicing double dipping.
oh yeah.
Yeah, and pod was double dip.
Mhm.
And then the obvious prey of being locked out of Turtle Rock without Fire Rod was coming through at least.
Yeah.
Then after finding the Fire Rod, we were debating, shall we do Smith Chain or shall we do this or shall we do that? I was like, do Graveyard Ledge and Bumper Cave because we didn't check that after Skullwoods and just do Turtle Rock. If it's not in Turtle Rock, we can worry about Overworld later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and with Turtle Rock holding Quake Medallion for you, which was the go item for both, it was a rather unusual place. This was the right play to do.
Yeah. And I think that's probably what saved us some time. We got to skip a little bit of Overworld.
Yeah.
Like we didn't do Catfish, we didn't do Smiths, we didn't do K45 and Shovel. We go-moded Meyer, which you guys did as well, I assume.
Yeah. Had a. Oh, yeah. I guess that was probably the only go mode dungeon.
Mhm.
Yeah, and of course the last, like the key logic in Turtle Rock was horrible. So you couldn't skip anything.
Right.
You could have skipped the big chest.
Yeah,
Could
well,
have. We didn't know that.
you don't gamble on that though, and have to go all the way back around.
I've been burned by that one, so it's good
We
for
were
a laugh.
debating that on my end because of, you know, if the big key isn't vanilla, if it's not in that lava chest, it's something like 3% chance that a key will be, you'll get locked out with keys. But I feel like I've heard if the big key is vanilla, then it's more like 50-50. I don't know where I heard that, but
I think it also depends on the upstairs key logic, too.
oh, right.
Because you only got one key out of... Or you only got 2 keys out of the 4 checks up top, so...
Yeah. Also, I never skip big chest in Third Rock. Never. Even if I steal a key, so... I've been burned by that too, that there's a key in the big chest and key in lava chest and nothing on laser bridge, and you have to mirror and go back.
Yeah, I'll skip. I'll definitely skip it, obviously, if I get like 4 keys or something. But I've been burned by it, and then if you take an unfortunate death, it's a little bit closer than the start of the dungeon as well.
Oh yeah.
Hey, with this game being concluded, Krithel, you will advance to the half final here against Floyd, which is a best of 3, and without your mentor. How do you feel about that?
Looking forward to it. It'll mixes things up, right? Because Floyd will get to choose the opening match, so I have to be ready. Sharpen up my standard game even more. But yeah, should be fun.
And I'll be looking forward to watching it as well.
Yeah, good luck.
I think we're all looking forward to watching it. Well, any final thoughts from any of the runners?
I just want to say thanks to all my mentors for, you know, putting in time with me even before the races, giving me tips and tricks and stuff like that, and just, you know, being very thorough and all that. And just I am appreciative of their time. Thank you everybody else for volunteering, for restreaming throughout the tournament, and all that other stuff. Very appreciative, and hope to stay in touch with y'all.
Big thanks to the Restream crew. Absolutely.
Well, that concludes this race for the tournament. I believe we have one more restream today.
Do in 20 minutes it actually starts. It's Monkey versus Kaja in the Tempered Sword bracket, also in the quarterfinals. So another best of 1 standard coming up here in 20 minutes. So stay tuned.
Yeah. But as for us, please follow Fred and Krithel, as well as their mentors, Nobly and Lechtansi. They've put in a lot of work for this tournament, and the runners have improved drastically over time. Please follow Mialee, my co-com, has been an excellent co-com to work with. Please follow our tracker, MM2 NES Cartridge. They've put in excellent work today. And do make sure to follow SSBM Oro, our Restreamer.
Yeah, and don't actually forget my co-commentator is Zeke, and the Go Mode podcast, we should mention that too, is hosting this tournament.
They teach you a lot of good stuff. And if you want to learn a little more hands-on, come join our Discord server. A lot of helpful people there. Well, with that, we need to sign out so Oro can switch over to the next race. But I'm Zeke, that's Mialee, and we'll be signing out now. Have a good evening, and enjoy the next race.